get a mentor. Hey, it's Nina Carmichael. We made this video is probably because you're the most ambitious person in your circle. You know you're capable of more and you get that push by surrounding yourself with the best. You get that push by surrounding yourself with the best. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Hack your learning.
The fastest way to change your life is to be around the people who think like the way you want to think. Through videos, podcasts, books, courses, mentorship, events, and so on. Get obsessed with being surrounded by your heroes and they will pull you into the world that you want to be living in. Otherwise, you stay exactly where you are. So I used to read a lot of books. Every day I used to read a lot, because it was the only way to learn. Because I realized that for me to get from where I was at to where I wanted to be, it wasn't going to come from the people around me right now. My parents are my heroes. They're on the wall behind me here. I'm 8 or 9 in that picture. And they taught me how to be a human. They gave me values, belief comes from them. But in terms of being an entrepreneur, that's not their skill set. It's not what they are. I don't want to be an entrepreneur like my parents because they aren't great entrepreneurs. And so I recognize that for me to get to where I want to be in entrepreneurship, I need to be surrounded by other people who are doing and thinking the things that I want to be doing. So I used to read a lot of books, and I still have a habit of reading every day. I try to read 10 pages a day. I'm a slow reader. So I thought I'd share some of the books that I'm going through right now. So I just finished this one by Dean Graziosi, Underdog Advantage. I'm just about to start this one. And I have a stack. So I'll read how many? 7 at a time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 at a time. And basically one book I pick up per week. So I'm going to start reading this one tonight. Hopefully it's good. Garen Jones, Russell Brunson, Chris Gilbo. And you can see I kind of mark. Oh, you can't see that. That's a bad example. Next. Get out of your own way. You can see here how, oh, you can't see it here anyway. It's kind of like halfway through on this one. Robin Sharma, Stillness is the Key. And of course, guys, hey, if you're reading books, Built to Serve, you got to pick that one up. So I still read, right? I'm still going through these 10 pages for the most part every day. But I get most of my learning through videos. I have dramatically switched my learning from books to videos. And my YouTube channel, I make selfishly for myself. I love learning from all the people that I profile on all of my channels because I need it for myself because they pull me up. Elon Musk is a fantastic example because anytime I think like I'm thinking big, anytime I feel like I'm doing amazing things, I'm unstoppable, I'm untouchable, I go to someone like Elon Musk and think, man, this guy here is trying to have a backup plan for humanity in case we kill ourselves and we can all go to a different planet. And then I realized, man, I'm not thinking big at all. I'm just being the big fish in a small pond. And I think that's good. I think you need that. I think you have to be around people who are pulling you up to the world that you want to live in. You find people who are exactly doing the thing that you want to do and then be around them more and you'll just naturally start to think like them, act like them, have the mindset like them and move towards living in the world that they're living in. And I think it's really important to hack how you learn. So, for example, if reading was the only way to do it, I would read. Right? Come on, this should be on top. There we go. Huh? If reading was the only way to learn, then that's what I'd be doing. That's what I was doing when I started my career, 20 years ago. I was only reading. I love videos more, so that's how I hack it. I listen to 0 podcasts. Auditory is the worst for me. For me to learn from audio only is extremely difficult. It's still doable, and if it was the only way to learn, then I'd be doing it 100% every single day, but I'd be really focused. I'd have to really pay attention and stop and slow down and listen because auditory is the worst for me. And so don't judge yourself if you don't learn really well in one way. I'm not actually a big proponent of reading. I'm a big proponent of learning. If you are a slow reader, don't worry about reading. Maybe audiobooks is the way to go. Maybe videos are the way to go. Maybe courses or mentorship or face-to-face is the way to go. Be obsessed with learning. Be obsessed with figuring out how to get from here to where you want in life and not the specific path of how to get there. Okay, so how do you do it? How do you find the people to help teach you from going from where you're at now to where you want to be in life? I've got a 3-step process I'm going to walk you through. Okay, how do we do it? How do we hack our learning style to learn from the people who've done what we want to do, and they will pull us from where we are now to where we want to go? 3 steps, let's go. Step number one is understand your who. What is your who? Who, I break it down in Built to Serve. Your who is your single most important core value. What is it? Mine is believe, right? What is it for you? Understanding what your single most important value is gives you clarity, gives you a roadmap, gives you that compass to help you make better decisions for the rest of your life. If you constantly feel like you're being pulled in a million different directions, everybody wants you to do something and you're not sure for yourself what you should be doing next, it's because you don't know what your who is. It's one of the single greatest exercises you can ever do as a human being. Figure out what your who is to give you that roadmap of clarity or life. Step number two is identify which three people are living at best. So if I look at believe, who is living at best? Who is doing the thing that I want to do? And a lot of them are here on the wall, right? I got Steve Jobs, I got my favorite entrepreneur of all time, A.P. Giannini, and I've got my parents. And even in here is a great model, right? My parents taught me to believe as a human. What does believing as a human look like? A.P. Giannini brought that to entrepreneurship, and he bet on entrepreneurs when nobody else would believe in entrepreneurs. He lent money to hardworking immigrant entrepreneurs based off of a handshake and a look in their eye, if you can imagine that. And he went on to found Bank of Italy, which later became Bank of America. And then Steve Jobs talking about having a vision and believing in your ability to go make a dent in the universe, right? These are three people, or in this case, a couple, where I want to emulate different pieces of. And so identify for you who are three people who are living the life that you want to live, even if they're not alive, right? Thankfully, my parents are still here, but these two have long passed. That's okay. Dead or alive, which are the three people who are thinking the way that you want? And then step number three is how can you be surrounded by them daily? How can you be around them every single day? Because your environment right now is keeping you where you are. Your environment right now is not pulling you to the place that you need to be. This is how insanely valuable a strategy it is to help build you to the person that you need to be. You have to be around these people every single day, even if they've passed on. So I can be around Elon Musk even though I've never met him. I can be around Steve Jobs even though I'm never going to meet him, right? Same thing, A.P. Giannini, I can be around him. He's a little more difficult because there's no content on him that's in video form, which I love. So I am reading his book. I've got his ebook that I'm reading, but I can be around him every single day. Think about your physical environment, right? They're here on my wall. I'm consuming their videos. I'm reading their books. Slowly, every day, their thoughts, their mindset, the way they think and process the world is seeping into me to make me stretch and grow and get slowly to where I want to be. Because again, your environment is just keeping you where you are right now. All the people that you've been around, all the books and media that you're consuming, all of it is keeping you where you're right now. And this channel is helping you pull a little bit forward and start taking inventory of the things that are actually pulling you forward. That when you finish watching or finish reading or finish hanging out with that person, it makes you want to be better. It makes you want to do more. It makes you want to strive for a greater life than what you've got right now. And then incorporate that every single day into your life will change. Your life will change. You can't help it. If you're around Elon Musk content every single day, if he's one of your heroes and you're around Elon Musk content every single day, your life will change. You'll start to think bigger. You'll start to believe in yourself more. And so you figure out one, what your who is, your single most important core value. Mine is believe. What's yours? The answer is in Built to Serve. Number two, identify who the three people are who are living it or who have lived it, dead or alive. And then number three is how can you be around those people daily, so that mindset starts to shift and seep inside you to help you live your best life.
And if you want to have more confidence and motivation, check out our 254 series where we will send you a very special video by email for free to help you build your confidence. The link to join are in the description below.
Find whatever the smallest first step is, and then the smallest next step is, and continue to build those steps. And when you look back, you'll have realized that you made some pretty significant progress. You can use rejection as fuel to help you go off and do something bigger and motivation to, I'm going to prove them wrong. It's got to be your life's work. If you only had to write one book ever in your life, this is it, and it's got to be amazing.
Rule number two, start doing difficult things.
You do difficult things. The most important thing for your self-confidence, for your self-love, for your self-respect is to teach yourself that you do difficult things. If you come up against something that's difficult and you run away, you're telling yourself that you suck, and you start building the habit of running away. It's time to stop running away and go through. Why? Because you do difficult things. So I've got a strategy called Damn the Doritos, and somebody was asking me about this live on my Instagram today. Why do you have this giant bag of Doritos in your office? Let me get it, it's right here. Why have this giant bag? And this is a big bag. Look at this, look at the side, this is next to my head. This isn't some, when you see it in the background, you see it, you think it's some tiny little bag, but this is a giant bag of Doritos. Why? This is a reminder for myself that I do difficult things. Now I'm a little bit weird duck. You have to, this is level 201 stuff. This is advanced class right now. When someone is on a diet, they say get rid of the junk food from your house, right? Clear all the junk food out of your house. This is the advice everybody gives. Everybody. Get the junk food out of your house so you're not tempted. In my head, I hate that. I hate that. I hate making decisions that make me feel weaker. I hate making decisions that make me tell myself that I suck. What you're effectively telling yourself is you can't handle it. You don't have the discipline. You're not capable, so we're going to remove the temptation. The fact that that's even a possibility means I have to do it. You teach yourself. You do difficult things. So I have this bag of Doritos because I want to eat this all day long. I might drool on this table right now. I want to eat this bag of Doritos. It looks delicious. But I'm not going to. And it's here as a constant reminder of how awesome I am. That's the voice inside my head. Every time I see this bag of Doritos and I don't eat it, it's a pat on the back. It's a high five to myself that I'm awesome. It's a reminder that I do difficult things. And people say, well, doesn't your willpower decline? Like, don't you just eventually want to open it? It's like, I don't see it that way. I get stronger. The more I look at it, the more the conversation is, I'm amazing, I'm amazing, I'm amazing, I'm amazing. And the less willpower I need, because we're building the muscle of doing difficult things. The worst thing you can do is teach yourself. You come up against something difficult, right? Like, oh, Doritos. Oh, I can't be here. Oh, I got to throw those away. Oh, I got to get out of this room. Oh, I got to go do something. You're running away. And ultimately, you lose if you keep running away. I remember I had one guy show up to my thought leadership workshop in Toronto, and he opened a bag of Doritos, and it's my favorite Doritos. The sweet chili ones. You can't get them this big. They're the purple bag, black bag in the US. And he opened it up. And he's like, hey, Evan, do you want a Doritos? I don't know if he knew about this damn Dorito strategy or not, but he gave me the bag. I said, no, man, I'm not having Doritos right now. But I took his bag, brought it to my face. My mouth is watering. Took a deep breath in. Oh, just the smell of Doritos and the sweet chili heat. And it's like, I can almost taste it as my whole body was having a reaction to this smell. And then I give it back to him. Thanks for the offer, man. Appreciate you. I can't express how great that felt for myself. And I keep doing it, you know, going down candy aisles. If you've seen my Instagram stories, you might see me yelling at the candy. I'm stronger than you, jujubes, sour peaches, fuzzy peaches, sour kids. I'm stronger than you, cookies, butter tarts. That may seem a little crazy, a little extreme. I'm not suggesting you have to go to the grocery store and start yelling at the food, although it might be therapeutic and helpful. But the message to teach yourself that if somebody gave you a bag of your favorite treat that you really want to eat, or if somebody was messaging you on Facebook, or whatever the equivalent is for you, that you feel like you don't have the discipline, that you're not good enough, that you need to just cut off access to it, right? That I can't be around my phone. I can't be around my phone all day because of this There it is, right there, all day long, just because. Just because. To teach yourself that you do difficult things is one of the greatest things I think you can ever give yourself. You might need to, as a one step, have a crutch, right? If you break your leg, you have crutches, but the goal is to then run again. Because what's going to happen if I get rid of the Doritos as soon as I go on vacation, or I go out to dinner, or office party, or I'm on a cruise? What's going to happen? I've taught myself that I have no self-control, that I can't do anything unless I'm in my perfect bubble of an environment, and I'm going to destroy all the food because you've taught yourself that you suck. I want to flip it. I want you to stop running away. I want you to run right into the thing and show yourself that you do difficult things. Now I have a 3-step process that I want to teach you that's going to help you apply it to your life. Okay, how do we do it? How do we stop running away and teach ourselves that we do difficult things? 3 steps, let's go. Step number 1 is Damn the Doritos. Find your own version. Find your own equivalent of what Damn the Doritos is for you. So my friend Mark Drager, for him it's the peak cream cookies, which I love too. Those raspberry cookies with like the cream in the middle. Like, so he's got those in his office. A friend of mine, Liron, wanted to get rid of having sugar in his coffee. So he got a cup of coffee, put it on a saucer, and put 2 packs of sugar on the saucer. And he just started drinking the coffee, looking at the sugar, drinking the coffee. And his wife thought he was nuts. But in his head, it's like, oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm amazing. I can be around this, right? It might be your cell phone. It might be, hey, put the cell phone in the other room. Put your alarm in the other room to wake up. No, put the alarm right next to you. Like, what's a Damn the Doritos version of you that you now are ready, that you now need to take control of your life and step into the next version of you instead of constantly playing small and being weak? What is Damn the Doritos for you? Number 2, scary, difficult, or hard. Try to memorize those words so that whenever they come up in your language, in your thought process, in your writing, as a reason for you not to take action, that it's no longer acceptable. I would do that, but it's too hard. I would do that, but it's too scary. I would do that, but it's too difficult. If you say scary, difficult, or hard, you have to do it now. Just because, because you do difficult, because you love hard, because you embrace scary. Because what's the alternative? If you never do scary, difficult, or hard, that means you're staying inside your comfort zone. You're just doing things that you know how to do. You want a life of never being scared, of never taking on difficult or hard? That means you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you hate your life. You'll hate your life if you're just photocopying the same day over and over again. So you do scary, you love hard, you embrace difficult. Teach yourself. So whenever you catch that in your thought process, in the words that you're using when you're writing something out, if that's a reason, if that ever comes out, if I said I would do that, but it's too hard, just like that. Now I got to do it. Now I'm doing it. Just because I said it was hard. And that is no longer an acceptable reason for you for not taking action. Scary, difficult, hard. And step number 3 is reward the effort, not the result. We tie our self-worth, our self-confidence, our self-love to getting results. And you have to actually flip it. Most of your entrepreneurial heroes have failed way more than they succeeded. They failed, and then they succeeded. You've seen the classic stories. If you tie your self-worth just to winning, what's going to happen is you're only going to take on games that you know you're going to win at. Ergo, you play small for life. If you